Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the live presentation of call text. This is going to be a Q&A uh, meeting, but I'm going to save that for the end. In the beginning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into detail. Starting this week, I'm going to go in through each different tab inside of the program, kind of walking you guys through each different tab, and then I'm going to go and explain how different things work inside of that tab and how you can do different things to kind of set up your business the way that you want it. And really the purpose of this is we're going to record it, and then we're going to be throwing these videos onto our website, so you can always go back and watch those videos, okay? But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit more time, a few more minutes, and I'm going to let other people join in, the ones that haven't uh, joined just yet. So again, I'm going to give it maybe 2 or 3 minutes, let everyone else join, and then we'll go ahead and dive right in, okay? All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you want, you can go ahead and ask any questions that you have into the chat box. Again, I'm just gonna wait until the end or after I go through this section with you guys. After I go through it, then I'll go back and read those questions and start answering them. And then during this presentation, if anything comes into your mind and you want to ask it, make sure you ask it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go and walk you through different things that you're wanting to see set up inside the program. So if you have a question about a certain flow of how the program works, and if it'll do what you need to do for your business, you can always just go ahead and ask, and then I can walk you through that, okay? But anyways, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and then we'll go ahead and get this meeting going. Oh, and by the way, if you guys can, if you can hear me, can you just type in the chat box saying you can hear me, and then also, can you also let me know if you can see my screen? Awesome, awesome. And then can we see, yep, see the screen? Okay, cool, awesome. All right, guys. Cool. So what we're gonna do right away, this is, if for those of you that have the program, you're already familiar with the inside and what it looks like. But if you don't have the program and you're on this call, this is the dashboard of call text. Okay. We are constantly making changes. We want to improve it as much as we can. So it may look a little different from last week. This button in particular, we're making small changes here and there to kind of make it better for you guys. But what we're going to do in this presentation, I'm going to walk you through the contacts section of the program. Okay, I know a lot of you are going to be dealing with adding contacts in, moving them over from your other CRMs, setting up fields, things like that. So today I'm going to walk you through um, all the different things you can do inside of the contacts tab, and then after we can go ahead and do the Q&A. Okay. So here we go. So we're going to go inside of contacts. Okay. This is where your database is going to be. This is where all your leads are going to be inside of, all your prospects. It's all going to be in here in the contacts tab. Okay. Now, when you want to add contacts, there's two different ways, or actually there's three different ways that a contact can be added. Two of them being you adding them yourself manually. Then the third way is anytime someone emails into your program. So if someone sends you an email to your call text email, or if someone calls one of your virtual numbers, call text will automatically create a contact for you. Okay. So for example, if you sent out some marketing pieces and you had one of your call text numbers on there and someone called that number, call text will automatically create a contact for you. Okay, so that's one of the ways that contacts can be created. The other way is coming here to the tab and clicking on add a contact. Okay, so when we click on that, it's going to take us to it's kind of like form looking page. Okay, so it's gonna just ask us basic information: first name, last name, their shipping, or I'm sorry, their address information, their phone information, email, social, and then it'll allow us to add tags, or we can create them from here as well. Okay. Uh, if you don't know what tags are, you can go and watch the other training videos. Oh, by the way, guys, I sent you guys two messages. Those are the two past trainings that we had. So the 2 weeks that we already had this call, those are the recorded videos. Now we don't have a link on the website just yet. So for now, you can just look at those. You can just use those links to get to those videos. Okay. But anyways, so if I wanted to add a contact, I can come here and let's just add myself as a test. So we can add company. I am a, let's see, let's just say coworker. I can set the owner, we'll just leave the address out, phone out. I'll go ahead and hit submit. Okay. So now the contact's saved. So now it brought me here into my contact record. Okay, so I have my name, my company information, and then here is what it looks like to view a contact record. Okay. But anyways, let's go back really quickly. So that was one way. That was the other way of adding a contact into the system. So again, one way is they call in or email in. Second one is you manually add the contact. And then the last one is importing contacts. So what I'm going to do is really quickly, the way that we import contacts is through Excel sheet, CSV files. If you don't know what a CSV file is, it's one of the different file types Excel will save your sheet as, because they offer a lot of different ones. CSV is the one that we need to use for creating our our import sheet. Okay, so what we can do is I'm gonna set one up really quickly. Last name, phone number, email. Okay, so I'm gonna just create a little sheet really quickly. John Doe. Okay, John Doe at calltext.com, and then I'm gonna do. Oops. Okay, so for those, so again, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and save it, and I'm gonna save it to my desktop. Let me see, browse. I'm gonna hit. Okay, so right here, if you can see, it says CSV. So whenever if you get a list from somewhere and they give it to you as any file type that's not a CSV, all you have to do is open up Excel and then just save it again. So I'll just name this call text import. All you have to do is go back and just hit save as, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna click CSV, okay? And you're gonna hit save. And so now I have my CSV file ready. So what I'm gonna do now is, again, we're gonna go into contacts tab, okay? And then we're gonna hit import contacts. And then it's going to bring up this section for us to go ahead and hit upload from computer. And then I'm gonna go over to my desktop, and then I'm gonna grab that CSV file that I just created, okay? And then right here, it's gonna show me the list of the contacts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell it that the file header is just that's just for me to see. Are you limited on how many contacts you can download? Are you limited on the amount of contacts you can download? No, you're not limited on download or upload. It's just the bigger the file, the longer it's gonna take. Okay, so if you have like 1,000 or 10,000 contacts, the system will allow you to do it, but it'll just take some time. And then the other thing to keep in mind is you do have with your membership, you do have 1,000 contact that you're given 1,000 contacts. So as soon as you go over, you'll be charged per month for however many contacts you go over. Okay, but there is no limit as far as how much you can import or download. Okay, so what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and say that this has a file header. Okay, so I'm going to hit skip file. What I want to do first is I'm going to set up the fields. Okay, so what we're going to do is it's called mapping. Okay, so I know that anything in this column right here is going to be the first name. Okay, and this column is going to be last name. And this column is going to be the default number and the default email. Okay, and then I'm going to tell it to skip the file header. Okay, so it's not going to pull in that header section. And then I'm going to hit import. So it created 2 contacts for me. So now when I go back over to contacts, you can see I have John Doe and Mary Smith. Okay, guys. So importing contacts is fairly easy. Again, just make sure you have that CSV file type and then match it or map it so that you tell the system what information goes where, and then it's easy as clicking a button. All right, guys. So that's how you import the contacts. I showed you guys how to add the contacts and how to. Can I make the screen bigger? Okay. Oops. How's that, you guys? Let's do. Okay, let's go ahead and do it right there, so it doesn't start breaking the view. Okay, cool. So now we have our contacts. Now for those of you, for example, you have your list and you wanted to import, let's just say that there's fields that you want to import that's not already in the system. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build out different fields, custom fields, so that if you have more information that you want to bring into the program, we can go ahead and do that. Okay, so for right now, this is the basic information, but let's just say let's say that you're in the real estate business and you wanted to add their property information. Okay, so we come over here and hit property information as a tab. So what this is right here is it's one of these. So it's going to be a tab inside of your contacts record. So right here, property information, it's going to pull that name and create a tab for you right here. Group name, we're going to name that property address. Okay. Here, do we want to do it that way? Property information, property address. Let's do this. And then I'm gonna do property address. That's text. I'm gonna add a new field, and I'll just build out property city. Got there. Property state. zip county. Okay. Okay. Then I'm gonna hit save. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm building out all the custom fields that I want uh, to be able to pull into my database. Okay, so now you can see right here I have a new tab and it's called property data, and then inside of it there's this group of property information, and now it has the fields for me to put the address, city, state, zip, and county. Okay, so now what we'll do is just to show you guys, so if you upload it and then you messed up or whatever, and you wanted to go back, you can always use the same list, because what call text will do is it'll um, create new contacts or it'll update existing ones. Okay, so what we'll do is I'm going to start adding these different header tabs, or property, address, city, let's do state, property, zip, and then property county. Okay, we're going to do that. Okay, so address we'll do 123 Main Street. We'll say they're all going to be in Bakersfield. Okay, and then we're going to do 321 Blue Road. Copy that. And then what I'm also going to do is we're going to update these contacts, and then I'm going to add a new contact, Adam Jones. Okay, so Steve 777. Okay, Adam Jones. And then we'll do 987 Old Road, and then same, oops, let's do that. Okay, let me change this. Yeah, okay, awesome. So now what I'll do is I'll hit save, and then I'm back over here, and I'm gonna hit back to contacts. So what I can do now is I can come back to import contacts. There it is, hit import contacts, and then upload from computer, grab that same file, and now you can see there's that new contact right there. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. So first name, last name. Let's see here. This is phone number. Where to go? Default email. And let's move it over. So we're just mapping the information. So I'm going to come down. So here's those custom fields we did. So the property address, come down, property city, come down, state, zip, and then I do county. Okay, so now when I come over here, watch. Right here you can see it's telling us that John Doe already exists, so it's going to update this one, and it's going to update Mary Smith, but it's telling us Adam Jones is a new contact, and this header is a new contact. But again, I'm going to hit skip file header. So now it knows, okay, we're going to update these two, but we're going to add this one. Okay, so again, I'm going to hit import. So now you can see it says it created one and updated two. So I hit OK. Now I go back to contacts. And you can see John Smith, or I'm sorry, John Doe, Mary Smith, and Adam Jones. Now I'm going to come over to Adam Jones and come to property data. There's that data right there. Okay, guys. So if you already have your list, you know your set information that you want to bring in, the set field that you want to bring in. All you have to do is go in, create those fields, and then go to import, and then you can just pull that data in. Okay, and it's as easy as that. Okay, guys, so if you already have your list, you know which fields you need. So all you would have to do is go build out those fields and then import them in, and they'll be inside of your call text database. Okay, so that's how we import contacts. That's how we create custom fields, and then that's how we update a mass amount of contacts. Okay, so if you wanted to update your existing database, if you already know that you have an Excel sheet that's similar to it and you wanted to change just a few addresses, again, all you have to do is pull in that same sheet with the the changes that you made, and call text will be able to match the existing contacts and just update the ones that you wanted to change. Okay, so that's how you can mass update your contacts. Then what we can do is, if you go back to contacts, you can also do things like export your entire database. Okay, so if you wanted to export the contacts, we can go ahead and click export contacts, and then it would download it and put it there. Okay, guys. So I'm going to open that up. And there we go. So there it is. You can see it pulled in those 3 contacts that I already had, and then it pulled in the 2 that were in there. Okay, so the one that I manually added is right there, and then the one that was already in the system prior to this call is there too. Okay, so it'll pull in that info, or it'll allow you to export contacts. And then, so this button right here will export your entire list. If you want to do specific contacts, the way that that works is, let's just say you wanted to, here, let's do this. I'm gonna go over to tags, and I'm gonna create a tag for, let's just call this tag. We're gonna add a tag, and then I'm gonna name it, let's name it seller leads. Okay, hit submit. So now I have a new tag called seller leads. There's 0 contacts. So what I'll do is I'm going to go back to contacts, and then I'm going to update John Doe, and I'm going to put a tag. I'm going to put that tag that I just created onto John Doe. So if I come all the way to the bottom and I click right here, seller leads, I'm going to hit submit. So now when I come over here back to tags, I'm going to hit refresh. Now you can see right here, this seller leads has 1 contact in it, okay? And the way that this can work, you guys, is for those of you that are doing real estate and you're sending out those mail pieces, like I said before, anytime someone calls one of your numbers, it'll automatically create a tag. Inside of those same settings, you can also tell it to tag them. Okay, so anytime someone calls in, it'll create the contact for you, pull any information that the carrier has on them. So if they have their name and information stored in the carrier's database, Calltex will pull that information. Okay, so if they have Verizon and they have their name set up for caller ID, Calltex will pull their name and create that contact for you. So if Adam Smith were to have called in as a new lead, Calltex will fill in the first name and last name for you, fill in their phone number field for you, and then you can tell it to tag them with this seller lead tag. Okay, so if they called in right away, it pulls their information, gives you their name, gives you their phone number, and tags them for you. So automatically, all Calltex will be building all of this for you. So now, when you come into your tags list, you can see all of the different contacts that are seller leads. Okay, so I would just click on that, and I can see, okay, John Doe is a contact that is marked as a seller lead, and then I can export my entire list of seller leads, and then open up that sheet. Let's give it a second. And so now I have John Doe as that on that list. Okay, so again, so that's how you can kind of segment your contacts into different lists. You can do things like have seller leads. You can start tagging them as, different people that you work with, whether it's agents or whether it's contractors, things like that. You can start tagging them that way. And then if you wanted to ever download that list of those tags, it's as easy as just going to the tag section and downloading. Okay. So that was mostly everything that we have to cover inside of contacts. Again, if you were to come over to contacts, there's a lot of other things we can do. For example, we can do advanced search. So if I wanted to go into advanced search and search for someone that has let me see here, how do I want to do this? Do here, if I wanted to search for someone that has 123 Main Street, I guess spell that right. Yeah. So if I knew I wanted to find someone that has a certain property, but I can't remember who it belonged to, I can always go into the advanced search and then go into those fields and search for that specific property, and then call text will find it for me. I can also do things like advanced search for people that have, certain tags, or if someone just search for anyone that has the name Joe. I can do things like that. And this is the only custom tab that I have set up, but when you go in and start building out all your tabs, they'll auto-populate here for you, so you can start conducting different advanced searches and utilizing all the different custom fields that you set up, okay? So that's how you can do advanced searches. If you wanted to bring up a list and like do a quick search, you can always just start typing out their name, and then it'll automatically start auto-populating any contacts that match those values. So you can see as soon as I hit this H button, that Joe went away, and John Doe's, or I'm sorry, what was his name? Yeah, Jones, the Adam Jones went away, and John's the only one that still shows. Okay, so you can do quick searches. You can do things like, so I know that these two are the same people. For some reason, this name is there, but I wanted to go ahead and merge them. I can merge the selected contacts. Okay. So let's just say, for example, someone called in and then you created a contact for that same person with a different name. You can always just merge the two and say, I want to keep that, but all the other information is good on that one. So now when we come over here, I have right here my new merge contact. So there's that name and all this information, okay? You can also do things like um, right away call, or send them an email straight from the contacts tab. And what call text does is it can tell whether or not a phone can accept text messages or not. So you can see, obviously, I made fake numbers for these people. So call text knows, okay, this isn't a mobile phone and it can't accept text messages. So it only gives you the option to call them. And then again, it knows that there's email, so it gives me the option to email them. But for example, this one, it knows it's a mobile number, so it gives me the option to text them or send them a picture message. Okay, so right away I could, from here, just send them a message, and it'll go to my composed message, and it'll auto-populate my name and information right here, okay? So you can do that from there. You can go in and edit the contact either by clicking the pencil button or clicking on the name itself. And then lastly, we can do things like archive. Or so you want to archive, we'll hit OK. So now I just deleted that contact, but if I wanted to bring it back, I just go to view archived contacts, and then I can hit restore. Okay. So it's as easy as that, you guys. But anyway, so that's a whole rundown of the entire things that you can, or list of things you can do with just the contacts tab inside of call text. If you have any questions on it, you can go ahead and ask that, or anything you want to know about, importing contacts, creating contacts, things like that. And then I'm also going to go ahead and open it up to the Q&A. So if you want to ask me something not having to do with contacts, you can go ahead and ask now. And then I can go ahead and just show you and walk you guys through it, okay? And go ahead and go back over here. And you guys, if you can't think of any questions right now, that's fine. You can always just send us an email to support@calltext.com after the call. If you just can't think of it right now, but something pops up in your head later, or you can reach out to us that way. Okay, so Kurt, Kurt, you're asking, have we thought about having tabs for real estate agents, for all those different things? No, the way that this is built, so Calltext is built for you to go in and create it and set it up to match your specific business needs. Okay, so again, this isn't just for real estate. Someone that has a print shop, or someone that owns a grocery store, or a call center, or different types of things, it's set up for any type of business to use it. And then if you want to create tabs, that are specific to your business, then you can go ahead and go in and start building it, to perfectly match your business. But that's why we don't have those tabs pre-set up, okay? Because again, this isn't just uh, targeted towards real estate. Okay, so you're asking where do we set that up? So what we do is, so inside of contacts, can you guys see my screen again? Yep, okay. So inside of contacts, you would, oh, let's go there because that's an old tab. You would go click here, and then this plus button, you would go ahead and click the plus button, and then right here where it says tab name, so we can do agents. Let's see, agents. Yeah, okay, got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so contact info, and then start building out the fields that way. Okay. All right, guys, any other questions? I'm gonna leave it open for a few more minutes, and then we can go ahead and end the call. After this call, all of the presentations are recorded. So what I'll do is I'll download it and then post it to our uh, YouTube account, and then by the end of the week we will have that page up. So I'll go ahead and send an email blast to everyone with that link. So again, so you can always come back in and start learning how to do different things with contacts inside of the program, and then also view the other two videos that we already have up. And each week we're just going to keep continually building out all these different tutorials. Okay, guys. But again, I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and call it a day. All right. Yeah, so the two that I sent in the chat earlier, it'll have those two, and then it'll have the one from today, and then it'll just continue to keep having all of the new ones that we start recording. So someone asked if the page will have all the previous training videos. Okay, guys. So it doesn't look like anyone has any more questions. So we're gonna go ahead and end the call here. Again, if you have any questions after this, just go ahead and email us at support@calltext.com, and then we'll go ahead and help you with those questions. Okay, guys. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys next week.